Warning, please do not attempt to perform any of the stunts or activities in this show, as they are dangerous and can lead to very serious injury. Video submissions of any kind are not accepted by One Side of the Coin or Heads or Tails Gaming.
As often as you do that.
I was gonna say today's show, but then it's like this show.
You recited it too.
Right?
No, because I was gonna say today's show, but it's like he says in this show. So then I was like, well, now I gotta change it. So
to today's show.
No, back to this show. Because I was like, oh, today, nope, it's
Back
this
to the
show.
regular program.
Yes. Welcome to One Side of the Coin. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Steve-O the Gamer, and with me, as always, my co-host Mac and Cheese.
Steve-O Henry.
Steve-O Henry.
You didn't write it right.
What?
You didn't spell it right.
That's good enough. Anyway, again, welcome to One Side of the Coin. Our weekly show, I lost total train of thought. Our weekly show about Genesis Battle of Champions. So the strategic card game that we love so much that we stream about it every week and have some really good discussions about. So we want to thank Haunted Castle Gaming for giving us Genesis Battle of Champions, especially a Sid.
Scooch over. I'm like, hello. Thanks.
You smell. Anyway.
I just showered!
Anyway, thank you very much to Sid. Actually, I had the opportunity. He dropped by the store yesterday. We had a nice little chat. He wanted to do an interview for his ramblings, so if you get a chance to listen to it, you want to hear a little bit of backstory about me. He asked a bunch of questions, not really related to Genesis, actually, which was kind of interesting. I've never really done an interview like that before.
I haven't listened to
right?
it yet.
It's always been mainly like Genesis associated, right? So it's like it was pretty cool and interesting to do.
Us children pushed the store.
Yes.
We got into Pokemon, and Mom got tired of having 20 kids in our house for, the
Yeah,
Pokemon
Jordan
club.
was part of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, tonight's topic. Oh, yeah, before we get into tonight's topic, www.genesisbattleofchampions.com. You want to log into there, get in, and check out all the information about the game, how to play the game, all the card database, everything you need to know, and how to get involved in playing Genesis Battle of Champions. So I highly recommend
Lore.
you do it. The lore. You mention that every week about the lore. Are you even caught up on reading it?
No.
Okay, then you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Like false advertising right there.
No,
Boom.
it's not.
No, yes, 100% read the lore. It is. At least I've read it. Well, most of it. I can actually. I have read more than she has.
He's still not caught up on it, so.
Yes.
That's what he was yelling at me about, was I wasn't caught up on it.
I'm not fully caught up. Actually, if you
Half an
watched
episode.
last week, we got into. Was it last week we were talking about Erica?
Was it last?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
It was last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you got some answers. You wanna.
So what we were talking about was we had read her little blurb about her little thing on her. No, wait, hang on. Her little intro blurb thingy on the website. That's what I was trying to say. Oh my god. So we had that pulled up, and it had said that she had made, what was it, like a deal or something with a wolf.
Yeah.
So on stream, I messaged the BOC Instagram. I don't know who runs it. I don't know who's behind the phone. I don't know if it's a Sid. I don't know who has a hold of it. But I got a response. And we were also discussing Erica's age. So it turns out...
Moose hot dogs!
Hey, Cam!
Hey, Cam!
So he doesn't know why it says wolf. The Baihu is a tiger, and that's who she made a deal with, was the Baihu. So hence, she is part tiger, not wolf. And...
but then why does it say wolf on there?
He doesn't even know. No, it was not a typo. There is a fine line between Baihu and wolf.
Yeah.
And tiger and wolf. There's a fine difference.
Yeah, a little bit.
One's part dog, one's part cat. So...
Canine and feline.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so, they don't know why it says wolf. But it was a Baihu. She is part tiger. And, well, works with tigers, as we see. Then we were discussing her age. T and I, because Trinity had come down to visit.
Yep.
And so we were kind of talking. She was off camera, but we were discussing.
Discussing.
Shut up.
Discussing about the champion.
Discussing her age, because it says at the age of 7 she made the deal, but we thought she was anywhere between the ages of 10 or 12.
Yeah,
Apparently
she's young.
it hasn't been that long.
Well, she's
10, she's 8.
She's young.
She's around the age
like,
of 8.
She's like a little girl, right?
But
like,
in those photos, she does look older. She looks at least 10 or 12. She's only 8 in these, from the answers that I got, so. But it's clear she's part tiger, like.
yeah, she looks like the Baihu, and
she doesn't even look like a wolf. Whoever wrote that, you gotta fix it. I'm sorry.
So, we're about to get on top of Brad, who does the editing for the lore, and Carl,
Who writes it.
Who writes most of it. What?
Oh, is that just like a
It's just a
protector
thing, yeah,
sheet?
protector sheet.
Ooh. Where'd you get this?
Huh? That's an older binder. It's from Dex Company. I don't know. It's just a binder.
I don't care, but
I
it's nice.
Well, you'll probably get it because I want to transfer RAZE out of here. Anyway, speaking of,
I got a pink binder.
I like pink. So
alright.
tonight.
Yeah, see right here.
Oh, we're still
Yeah,
on
the
this.
wolf offered her a path to have. Or wait, hang on. Okay, lore. Erica was very young when Kendra noticed her powers. Seeing the infant's potential, Kendra began to tutor her. By the time she was 7, Erica had become the strongest mage in Sahas. However, Erica was used to perform dark magic, which terrified her. She abandoned the doctrines of Sahas and escaped. Dying of dehydration, a wolf approached her. This mysterious wolf offered her a path to happiness, but she needed to let the wolf into her heart in exchange. This merge muted her, but also turned her into the youngest champion in J-Lara. So
she's a zombie.
pretty much.
She's a zombie.
I am curious
What do you mean?
if it means muted or mutated.
It says muted. Does she
says
talk?
Muted, but it
How
also
far are
says
you in the
wolf.
lore? Does she talk?
No,
So she's muted.
I think she's muted. I don't think.
So
it's
yeah,
muted.
the merger muted her, but also turned her into the youngest champion in J-Lar. At least she's not blind. Nubia.
But she died of dehydration.
No, she was dying, so she didn't die. It just means
dying of
she was
dehydration.
deprived of it. So
Okay, so she's not a zombie.
see, okay, dying of dehydration, a wolf approached her.
Okay.
So she was still alive when the wolf approached her, and it offered her a path to happiness, meaning she would get the water that she needed or whatever else she wanted, and happiness, but she needed to let this wolf into her heart in exchange, which is what made her like this, and then muted her. So she merged with this wolf, and I know it's not wolf because it said it merged, right? It went into her heart, it merged them together.
Yeah.
It's a Baihu, because she's part tiger.
Yeah.
So
So that's just.
Like basically, they
I
just
think
have to
you're
turn.
right. I
They
think
have to
it's a
turn the
miss.
word wolf
Wolf
into
into
tiger.
tiger.
Yeah, that's basically that's all
Someone's
it is.
completely butchered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But the fact that it said it also turned her into the youngest champion in J-Lara. So was she older at the time that she had escaped? And
No.
then
She was 7.
yeah, I know,
It
but
says she
like
was 7.
yeah, but that's when Kendra started to, or sorry, she had become the strongest mage in Sahas by the time she was 7.
Mm-hmm.
So she was used to perform dark magic, and then she abandoned Sahas, or sorry, like the place in Sahas, and escaped. So was she still 7, or was she like?
She was 7 or 8 because she's 8
She's
right now.
8 right now.
Yeah.
My question is more so if she's the most powerful mage.
It's just the wording that
What
confuses me.
separates a mage from a champion? If she's the most powerful, does that not already make her capable of being a champion? Why does this merge make her a champion?
I wonder if there's a line between mage and champion, and she became the most powerful mage, and the fusion between
know?
her and the Baihu.
Maybe the line
made her
is she
just
had
that bit
too
stronger.
little health. She was
It's
one
just
health
interesting,
below
I love
Kendra,
hearing the
and
conversation.
the merge
That's
Kendra is the
involved.
baseline.
Yeah.
You need more health than Kendra to become a champion.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
No, we're
just
still on there.
it's just the wording that confuses me because it's like it muted her, but also turned her into the youngest champion, J-Lara. So I think what the wording means is it, you know, turned her into a champion, but what I'm taking it as is, like, it made her younger. So, and again, I can't read.
The fountain of youth is a tiger wolf.
It's a tiger wolf.
You become 8 years old when I enter your body.
Yeah, so the continuation...
whatever.
from last week's discussion, the battle goes on, right? I mean...
I never said that.
To find out the mystery behind Erica, so...
I did message and we got some answers as to they don't know why Wolf is there. She's clearly a tiger and that she is 8 years old. That's all we got.
I think it's just a matter of editing
yeah.
The actual thing, right? So
yes.
It's pretty good.
What does all that say?
I was hoping it would be about the lore, but it's just
no, that's about a deck.
Card, yeah.
The Holy Vengeance. Okay, so tonight's topic, can we finally get into this? All right, so perfect. Bonjour, Jordan. He's right across from me.
Start speaking French.
Bon Jovi, comment Apple 2.
What does that even mean?
No, not absolutely nothing.
Bon Jovi, comment Apple 2. What?
It means nothing.
What does Bon Jovi mean?
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi's a singer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's John Jovi.
Anyway. Tonight we are talking about RAZE, not Bon Jovi. Anyway, although if my wife was watching, she'd be totally tuned into it. She's a huge Bon Jovi fan.
She got a tattoo.
Yes. We're gonna get into a discussion about RAZE.
Yay!
We're gonna talk about RAZE. We're gonna go down memory lane about this set. And the reason why I wanted to get into talking about this, and thanks to JC even too tonight, he had dropped by and we were having a discussion about it and kind of going through some of the cards. Every time I get into a discussion with somebody about RAZE, they totally dismiss the fact that, they more or less state that this is by far the worst set for Genesis. Battle of Champions, right?
I think it's because they're...
it gets dissed so much and not a lot of recognition.
They're mad at the fact they only got one rare. Or was there two in each pack? I thought there was only one.
Oh, there was only one, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so maybe they're mad at that.
The transition for 2 rares per pack didn't happen until...
there was a lot more rares in the set.
No, sorry, I meant per pack. Sorry, I didn't word it that way. I didn't word it that way, but that's what I meant.
Yeah, it was. You only got the 1 rare per pack.
Yeah, so maybe people are mad about that, so that's why they're bashing.
Well, no, because Welcome to Jay had 1 rare per pack as well, right? So
it was the first set to only have one rare. So
yeah. Well, all the sets. Oh, you got a raise? He did. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you got
Jay,
yeah, in the Patreons you get it. So.
Oh, did you upgrade yours?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I can remember back at the 2019 championship when the announcement was made for RAZE coming, right? Yes. And at that championship, we were introduced to the 4 new champions that were going to be coming in RAZE. So we got Odara, Kuhn, Core, and Erica, right? So, yeah. Oh my god. That picture's so bad, Jordan.
You had facial hair.
Yeah.
And a lot of it.
You look so angry.
Who, me?
You
I always look angry.
You
I was
look
gonna
like
say,
somebody sitting on your motorcycle.
Yeah. If I had a motorcycle. So and we got a first look at the 4 champions that were coming. Now, keeping in mind too that the championship that was held after that one, actually one of the RAZE champions actually made it all the way through to first place, with Sid taking Kuhn to the top, right? So, I mean, we got to give RAZE recognition just for giving us Kuhn alone, right?
I would argue also for giving us Core, because Core made it right to second.
Core was second. Yeah, a lot of the RAZE champions actually...
Except for that one.
We're coming up top, except for Odara, right? Odara still... still by far one of the worst champions.
I have never, and I haven't played Genesis in a while, I've never played against someone who has played Odara.
The only time I've ever played Odara is in a draft.
Never have.
Some people. I've played against a few Adara decks.
I think maybe I did once, but yeah, it was probably in a draft.
I've lost to Sid's Odara deck a
Yeah.
couple times.
Well, Sid's just an amazing player all around, right? It doesn't matter which champion Sid's using, he's gonna,
He's got a way to use
It's not
it.
the fact that
and,
it's
yeah.
Sid's Odara deck, it's the fact that it's Sid's deck.
Yeah.
It's just Sid, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we were testing at the beginning when RAZE first came out anyway. Everybody was using all 4 champions. It's like trying to get a feeling for them and whatnot. But time has passed. Time has passed since RAZE has come out, and now everybody's taking a look back, and it's like, okay, well, we've gotten J2, which did not have a lot of the RAZE cards in the set. And then Origins coming out as well, which is a whole new set of cards with very few reprints, and none of them as well being in RAZE, from what I recall anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but and now everybody's like, every time you talk about it, it's like RAZE. It's like people talk about the set RAZE itself as a whole. People are always hacking on it, saying that it's the worst. It's not the greatest of the set. For Genesis, and it's like there's so many better cards and so many other things that can be used in replace of these cards, right? So yes, in some cases that is true, however, but just looking at RAZE on its own, during the time frame when it came out, it was great. Like I still have a lot of respect for this set. So I just wanted to touch base on.
Little cute cards. Look at him.
Yeah, that's JC's desk
nice.
trail. Actually, I'm gonna kill this light so we don't have a glare on the camera.
Look at the man.
Oh, I'm just gonna take them
Whee!
off. So, first and foremost, by far the number 1 card, and I think everybody's probably going to
Disagree?
agree on this. No,
Agree?
agree on this. What the heck is it?
What color?
Let me see. Could have swore it was in.
What card are you looking for?
When did we get Ajna?
Ashna Dagger?
Was it not? Or
I think we got it. No, it was Jay. Ashna
it was Welcome to Jay. Okay, never mind. So it wasn't Ajna.
In that case, Necrolich.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you just passed your lich.
My lich.
Hey.
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, it's the only card that uses
That mechanic,
that
right?
mechanic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the card that I created, I wouldn't say it's by far the best card in the set. However, it does get a lot of recognition.
I wouldn't say it's the best card, it just is.
It just is. No. Just bear with me for 1 second.
Trying to.
It's me.
Oh, here, you can toss that one back while you're on the
No, we can leave it out for a second. Okay. Wind Slash.
Whee!
Wind Slash. So Wind Slash was first introduced in RAZE, which primarily became one of the key cards used in some of the OTK decks that arised after RAZE, especially, right? So because of how useful it was. So for everybody that was using the Nubia Burst deck, and with Epiphany, etc., this was a key card. You needed a ton of them. However, without them, the deck just really wasn't as functional. So definitely a key card from RAZE. We were first introduced to this guy,
The baboon!
the baboon, right?
You got it.
What's that one?
What's that?
What's the shape?
That's one of the cities. Which I think that one over there.
That one.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
swirly one.
The swirly one.
Wait,
I have some of the
no,
Genesis
someone right
symbols
there.
painted on my ceiling. What? Is
I
it that
was
one?
pointing at that.
Oh, it is. Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
one's that
It is
one?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I forget the name of that
That's all the way back there.
one. Yeah. No, that one I didn't do because it's
Oh yeah, it was really complicated.
it was detailed. Anyway.
Yeah.
The baboon, which had the blitz, even though it was at action speed for the attack, recently being replaced by the line main. What is it? Line main.
Rabbit?
Lion Mane Rabbit.
No, it's not line main rabbit. The new lion in Origins. Holy jeez, we're bad with names tonight. Earthmane. Thanks,
Earthmane.
Ian. Thank you, Ian, for
Yeah, whatever
Giving
the
us
name
this
is.
I
on
was
that.
thinking of like the
Earth
big
Mane,
lion
yes.
made of lions.
I don't know why I always want to
A
say
lion
lion
made
mane.
of lions.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a lion, but
What does
Earth
that
mane.
mean?
That's a lion made out of lions. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's big. It's phage.
The swarmed lion?
Yeah.
That's made out of bugs.
Oh, I thought it was made
It's
out
Swarm Leo. It's a virus.
I thought it was made out of green
The
lion.
lion made out of lions.
Lion made out
Oh
of
my
lions.
god.
Anyway,
Oh, it's okay. I didn't even know it was made of bugs. I thought it was stone.
so this gave the Gelada Baboon actually gave support to your blitz decks. So originally the blitz decks were starting off with mostly nenes there, as JC calls them.
Nenes.
Nenes,
Oh.
yeah, the nenes.
Now watch me with.
It's the pony.
We are so bad with names
Not Trudge,
tonight.
it's the other one. It's got Baruch.
Brooke, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
not Trudge. It's the...
Okay, yeah, I think we're just gonna sign off tonight.
We're done.
Yeah, it's been one of those days.
That's JC. That's not me.
JC, yeah, he's nicknamed the Brooke Nene. So the Brooke with the blitz
Yeah,
decks.
message JC about that.
This gave a lot of support to it and pumped up those blitz decks a lot, right? And once again, like as I said, because of Origins giving us the Earth Mane Lion, kind of replaced it because the Earth Mane is actually at a swift speed attack, whereas the Baboon's at action speed. But the downfall of the Earth Mane, it actually exerts you when you summon it, whereas this doesn't, right? So both cards have their pros and cons, right? So, but this is still usable, right? Like, I mean, you can still be throwing this inside your timelines, especially for what it hits for 3, right? And it's
Red thing is eyebrows.
yeah, for a 5 chi, 9 aura to play it, and it does 3 damage, and it has the blitz on top of it.
He's got eyebrows like me.
A very big nuisance, and was played in a lot of timelines back when RAZE first came out. So I mean, so there's 2 to start off with, right? Just did he go here?
Don't read the numbers.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, it does.
It does, but it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it does.
Zamber Dragon, first introduced in RAZE, right? So
Sky Storm Dragon.
Sky, yes, the
Denari
Sky
over
Dragon.
here. Denku over here.
So when Sky was first introduced to us at SkyCon, and then because of the wording of the name of the card, they couldn't produce the actual Sky, so they called it Zamber Dragon, which was released. Yeah. Well, no, it's because of the formula for the summons. So all the summons don't have a personal
Don't have a
name.
name.
A name,
So, but
yes,
because
a
it
name.
had that comma,
Name.
Sky ended up seeming like it was the name of the dragon.
Yes. So they had
So
to
they had to
put the
say
type,
that.
right? Like, so all the summons are a type, whether it's Baruch is not a name, but it's the type of summon that it is. I mean, Giant Scorpion, another one, which was actually reprinted in RAZE, which was good. So we got the Zamber Dragon. By far, still one of the
Why
best
couldn't you
cards
pick
if
up
you're
the comic?
drafting J2 and you come across this, depending on which champion you're playing, you're going to want to grab this beast. This thing is so good to a certain degree, especially
It's really high aura, but it's worth it for what it does.
Yeah, it does cost a lot. 30 to summon it, but that awareness is amazing. It does do a ranged attack.
A 3.
Right, and it has flight.
Aerial.
And aerial. It can move all over. You can't hit it unless you have a ranged attack as well. So
6 health, 8
6 health is, not very easy to get through. So.
And it's a Galarian card.
Yeah, Galarian card, yes.
Okay,
So which means any champion has access to this beast.
Dude, what would happen if they came out with a champion that didn't have Jalara? Hypothetically, what if they did? Hypothetically.
Just a Galarian?
No, what if
a
it
champion
didn't?
that didn't have J? Like, if it was from a different continent or something.
Continent?
Interesting. Get rid of the... Yeah.
Hang on, wait. You just rapped God that sentence.
Yeah.
What?
You feel like a rap god.
Well, because
Your champions wouldn't be able to use them.
Wait.
All the champions have...
No, she said if there was a champion that didn't have J.
Yeah.
But then they wouldn't be able to use any of the cards because every card has J.
No,
you
but...
use the alpha cards.
Yeah, every
they
card
don't
does.
Okay,
have
Sid,
J.
what did you actually say? Slow it down a little bit,
You
please.
wouldn't be able to use the card because the champions have J as a card.
Yes. And all the cards have... See? They all have...
Well, I know, but you
Except for
gotta
alpha
match
cards.
the color,
But
though.
she said, what if
Yeah,
there was
but
a
this
champion
wouldn't
that didn't
match.
have J?
But at least this
The
one
Galarian
matches.
symbol would not match.
Yeah, but
And
like-
all the cards have the
Listen.
Galarian symbol on it.
Yeah, but it's almost like if I was using Erica,
Right.
I'd be able to use this one.
I
Yeah.
wonder if eventually
But
we'll
I
get
would
a
also
champion
be
that
able
just
to
has all
use,
the world symbols and
um,
none of the
this
other
one.
symbols.
No, not that one. Sorry. Ignore
Like,
the
you can
blue.
only use
This
the
one.
white cards from every
No, ignore the
set.
red. No, I want just the yellow one. Just the yellow one.
Oh, yellow's this
But the yellow and the red don't
Yeah.
match.
Useless.
They just match her.
It's like having a single color.
one.
So
The yellow and red do, but you have to match the other symbol, which is Galarian, and
Yeah, but-
all cards have
I
Galarian
think
on
as
it.
long as I'm matching these ones, it should be okay.
You have to match all symbols.
I don't have a reason. I'm
No,
trying to think.
All
because
colors.
you can use 2 different colors. So these 2 don't match, yet I can still use them with
You're
the
not
same
making any
person.
sense whatsoever.
I am.
Okay, back to the Erica thing. I think maybe the thing.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He sounds like you earlier. Like, this is off topic.
Wow!
I think maybe
Okay.
what decides what a champion is and what a champion isn't. Because, like,
You figured it out.
we don't consider her a champion because she's one color.
But she
So-
is a champion.
No,
She's
she's
just
2.
not-
She does have Galarian.
Anyways,
It's just white
maybe
and
a
red.
champion is dictated by having multiple colors available to them. So perhaps Erica previously could only use one color of magic.
And then, with the dark magic developed the second one.
No, wait. Well, it would have been the dark magic she had originally, and then when she paired with the tiger, she gained another.
But
That would make sense.
the tiger is Thymos. Does that mean that Vellum has dark magic?
This is a good question.
That is a good question. Carl, we need lore.
Or maybe she forgot her dark magic and was like, haha, I like
forgot.
tiger better.
I like Tiger more.
I forgot.
Dude,
I forgot dark magic.
That sounds like me.
Because, like, dark magic sounds like it would be chaos.
I went to Grandma's watch Twilight Part 2, and there was a topic about child being bitten, and then her child not being bitten, and that they were trying to get rid of her kid, and it took me a week to figure it out. I had to call Grandma and be like, hey, I understand what you mean now. I'll explain it more after. I feel like...
because I've like never paid attention to anything.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Twilight
I'll
related.
explain after. Okay, back to Genesis. Yay! Also, yes, I am making
We are
sense.
still talking about you. No, you're not.
Yes,
It
I
does-
am.
No, I think you're totally confused by the whole fact. All your symbols have to match your champion.
Yeah,
On your
so
cards.
even if I don't have this one still matches.
Yes, but you still have to match the world symbol, which is Yallara.
Why?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I still have this one. So okay,
No, because-
what if I was fighting in the
Okay.
Bellum City?
Oh,
Then it's fine.
Think about it this way. Think about it this way. Technically, Oni matches every single card if you only look at the Yallara symbol. So can she play every card?
No, because
Because she doesn't
every
have
card
all
has
the
red.
color symbols. The world symbol, Yallara, white, is one of the required symbols to be
on
matched.
all the cards throughout the entire set, right?
Jalaris? I
the s-
know.
Both symbols have to match your champion, which is why all champions have the Jalara symbol, and then 2 others. So if you take Jalara off
I can still
of
match
the
those two.
champion, You can't because
Technically, if you had a card that didn't use the Ylara symbol and
Yes.
only used Thymos, yes.
Yes.
Sure. But that hasn't existed since Alpha because they started adding the colors in Beta. Or adding Ylara to every card in Beta.
Basically,
Yeah, so see, it was a thing at one point then, so it did work.
I think
Having
that might have
J-
just been a misprint thing, though, for the whole Alpha
But it
set.
still worked.
Having J is like a sub requirement because everything has J's. If you try and use a champion that doesn't have the J symbol,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it can't use a card that does have it. It's the same reason you can't use a Chaos card with a champion that's Thymos double.
The J symbol is the current war.
Well, that's because it doesn't match the colors,
I
but
guess
the
you
colors
could
match.
you could kind of think of it like this. So J is like the language you speak. Your champion has to be able to speak the same language as the summon to tell it what to do. When we move on to the next world, they won't be able to speak J anymore, and so they can't use tigers without getting themselves eaten.
what?
You!
Oh, so maybe the viewers were reading my lips because I'm going on still talking about race.
So are we.
Talking
We're
about
talking
Capcom.
about. Hey, it's still Genesis talk. We're talking about the colors.
Right. Okay. Are we crystal clear on how it works now, or?
No, I think it's time to make my own
It's like-
format.
It's
feels like
clear
that-
as mud.
This feels like that video of the Irish dude trying to figure out which one's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers. It's steel because steel is heavier than feathers. And they're showing him the
I
kilogram
love
of
Lemmy
feathers
so much.
and the kilogram of steel, and he's not understanding because they're weighing out, but steel's heavier than feathers.
The value of
Heavier than
gut
feathers.
punch. Just the next card I want to look at. Like the value behind this card is so
My
overlooked.
brain is mush. I don't pick things up.
Things are as clear as muddy here.
Yeah. Okay. Gut punch. 4 energy.
The cost is 4 energy. And should we just leave this the topic for another day and just continue on about the mechanics and deck? Should we need a show on deck building?
Rename the stream, teaching Mackenzie how to play Genesis.
Teaching Mac Attack how the game works.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's like a written diagram. These
Wait,
three match.
do you have all the tutorial cards for this?
I do, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm crying.
I don't know if the there's the mechanic ones.
Yeah, I handed over.
No, those are just the new mechanics that were introduced.
Didn't Beta?
Beta had them. Jay
had
had them. J2 has them as well, right?
Oh my
So
god.
Just had the one with symbol.
I think I'll yeah.
There was Beta.
Your first
Let's go
tattoo.
get
Your
J2
first tattoo will be
starter
the
The rules
the
of
rules
Genesis.
of Genesis. On you.
We need to put
Okay.
it on a visible spot. We'll write it all the way down my.
Yeah.
You
So
look
tune
like
into
Victor
next week
Zaz.
where
What?
we're
You
gonna
look like
go back
Victor
to the
Zaz.
go back to the basics of teaching Mac Attack deck building show on that. Yeah, I'll
The other side of the coin.
The other.
The
Yeah.
first second going.
Anyway, gut punch.
Okay.
Oh.
For 4 energy, which some people may consider it a little bit high, but it all depends on which champion you're using and their energy reduction. Being a 4 chi, it does 1 basic attack at swift speed. However, it stuns your opponent, right? Which means they can't move or rotate. So it kind of locks them down in a position, right? So, I mean, if you look at say, even Snare that doesn't do any damage but does lock a player down or summon down in a position, whereas this card, you're getting that 1 point of damage at a lower cost, and again, they're stunned to move forward on doing more damage to them, right? So,
Yeah, I think the cost is reasonable for what it does.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with it. Maybe, I guess yeah, that's a pretty good cost. Because if you're using a champion that has a energy reduction, say it's like 1, you're only paying 3, so it's not too bad. Okay.
hopping into position. Boom!
Lion
The
Man.
Lion Mane Rabbit. Like I
thought Raha had short
love
hair.
this card from the beginning. Right? It was I built multiple timelines based around it. Just stacking the deck.
I remember one of those being fun. I'll say it.
It's a fun
Fun.
timeline. Like I mean, it didn't really have enough.
Shoulder throws it.
You shoulder throw it, yeah, exactly.
And it
Which
still
is
does
another
damage.
great card that
Oh.
doesn't see a lot of use anymore.
Oh, because then you don't have to do the
Yeah,
hop.
exactly.
Yeah.
So then he's just like, hey, look at this funny rabbit.
He basically grabs it by the legs and just smacks you. It's like a stuffed animal. Boom! Oh my god, now I need to find a stuffed rabbit in the house. I gotta do that to somebody now. I gotta go to school and say, hey, look at this. You're gonna be the first target.
Oh god.
You're the first target.
Go plug in my car.
Well, in any
You're gonna do
sense,
what?
if you have a way to move a summon without doing damage to it to kill it,
Yeah.
you're able to do the hop once. It does the 3 damage, right?
Yeah, but shoulder throwing it, like Jordan just said.
Shoulder throw does damage to it.
This?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wait, so what were you using?
There's another card that I'm trying to remember. Thinking back to what I put.
Whatever, but a card that moves it so you're not exerting and paying 1
Maybe it was
health
a Bellum.
to move.
I think it was
Wow.
a
I'm
Bellum.
finding some good ways around this. Air pillar moved it.
No.
He was standing on the air pillar and the air pillar shot him up in the air. And then he jumped off and he smacked down on you. Oh, that'd be so funny.
So shoulder throw. No, I don't think it was in Raze. I think it was in Welcome to Jay.
Maybe.
What was it?
I think so. Can't remember the name. Card that allows you to move a summon without doing damage to it.
RAZE SUCKS.
Yeah. What's the name of that?
Persuasion. Yes.
Malefic Persuasion. No. There was something else.
Impalement.
There's also one thing in white which is blow away. Yeah.
Those are newer cards. That's a newer card.
Malicious persuasion.
He's trying to think of how he used his,
There's a card that you
rabbit
can
effect,
use
really.
to throw the rabbit without doing damage to it. Wrist throw. Thank you. Yes, that's it. Was wrist throw.
I still think it's funny that he just grabbed this thing by the legs behind him and just went, yeet!
Look at this cool thing.
He just smacks you over the head with a rabbit.
Want to meet my new pet?
Based on the picture,
There it is.
he
It's right
kind of
here.
looks like he's being
The-
thrown.
Yeah. So the wrist throw.
Yeah, that one.
May place target.
That one, yeah.
Champion or summon and wrist throws awareness on a spot.
Oh, it's a tribal card.
Ah.
Yes. So it was specifically used for Thymos Bellum.
Wasn't that an Erica deck?
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah, I would have.
So basically, you're allowing the lion to go in. It does its damage, loses the 1 health. However, if you're in a position, you're using the wrist throw to pick it up and then place it right back down to do the damage once again, right? So definitely a really great combination. But again, with newer cards such as like Snare or whatnot, locking things down to prevent that from happening. Especially with the hop, right? Because if it executes the hop, it can be responded to, and you could throw a snare on there before the actual hop goes off, and then you still have to spend the cost. It exerts the rabbit, it loses its life, and then it becomes ineffective after that. So, I mean, snare is actually messing up a lot of things in the game right now as far as other stuff. I know it's by far one of the better cards to come out of Origins, right? So. But yeah, definitely 2 really, really good cards.
What does that say?
What? Evam exit. Evam exit. Exit.
Huh?
I didn't even. Where'd you go?
Evam X.
I went to plug in my car.
Oh,
Why are you plugging? You got a Tesla now?
No.
he's driving Tesla.
Programming and security system and it's having issues.
Oh.
Fun.
He's got a Tesla now.
I
Boom.
figured that out.
Instill Vigor!
Instill Vigor.
Most
Yes.
eco-
Another
just
card that,
you're
Action
rating.
cast for 9 aura. Target summon and Instill Vigor's awareness gains 2 health. The next
Yep.
attack ability they play deals an additional 2 damage.
Sounds like
this
such
round.
a bad
This
Tesla,
round,
it
yeah.
sounds like a
So it's
combustion
a
engine.
absolutely great card to pump up your summon a little bit and give them a little bit of extra damage on top of it,
He's
right?
definitely been feeding that hound some hunting hound kibble.
Hunting hound kibble. You want some?
What?
Do you want some?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll try it.
I got some Shun homebrew.
Yeah, you want some homebrew? That's
Oh,
Yeah, so for a 5
That was
chi
so
at the
funny.
cost of 9 aura, to do that. However, it's at action speed, so it's a little risky to use. You want something that's more at swift speed, say like Battle Cry had a tendency to be a little bit better, although Battle Cry's a higher chi value, I believe.
what does that one do? It's battle cry.
Battle Cry, it increases the attack by 3.
Oh, okay. So, but
At
it
swift-
doesn't gain
It's at
2,
swift,
right?
swift speed. It doesn't gain the health, but it increases their attack by 3. Which is, yeah. Battle Cry was so good. Where did this come from?
Lizard
Right
falling
there.
out.
We lost a lizard.
That's a good card.
I know this was one of Cam's favorite Moosey Moose hot dogs. If he's still
Oh
on there.
yeah, he used
Yeah,
this one
he used,
so
he used to love
often.
this card.
The Chasmodon.
The Chiasmodon. Chiasmodon, yeah.
Chia seed.
The only I built timelines on this thing too, especially with Kendra. Back in the day, the range drain attack for 2, right? I mean, so it's draining your opponent. It's gaining 2 health, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gains 2 health. So it does 2 damage. It gains 2 health, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. But it's at action speed, which people eventually realize the summons that are running action speed attacks not as good, right? Especially with the pace of the game being a lot higher.
What?
Now what?
You okay?
He's just realized that I've already finished all 3 of these, so he asked if I was okay, and I just said no.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we just wait until we have to pull you off the ceiling, right? Like, I mean,
Oh no, I'm gonna
amount
take
of
a nap.
sugar and caffeine. And, yeah.
Anyways.
So, Chasmodon, yes. Really great card.
The only thing about it is it like it has a cost to summon it, but you have to summon it on a place where something's already died.
The resurrect
So,
back in, yes.
You just gotta sit there and wait till something dies before he can come in.
Which is, I think, a really good card for, say, like Korra, right? Yeah, because he gobbles up summons to draw, and then... actually, no, that wouldn't really work, because... Yeah, that wouldn't work. Because it exerts him. It exerts Korra when he does it. So he wouldn't be able to do the summon afterwards.
Oh, very quickly, speaking of core, what was that thing that we talked about earlier with Essence Drain?
Essence Drain. Oh, the fact that it's Erica and not Fang.
We think it's Erica in the picture of Essence Drain. You remember how we thought it was Fang?
Because
Or Fong,
apparently
Fong,
the
Fong.
reason Erica's hair is white is because Core went.
Wait.
I think it's white because she's got a tiger in her. Will
I
you
guess-
stop that? The 2 of yous.
It might not even be anybody.
Oh yeah, I'm looking
really.
at you too.
What did I do? I'm an angel.
No, you're not.
There. Chasmodon.
I really like the picture. He's got a spider in his belly.
He does, yes.
Did we figure out what spider that was? I thought we did, and then I forget. I think it was the Sphinx Eater, just because of the anatomy of the Sphinx Eater. I very quickly want to give an honorable mention to this guy because he's a bull and he's cool.
It's one of Sid's favorite summons.
It's
Believe it or not.
JC's. Really?
Yeah.
Costs 16 to bring him in, 5 health, 6 G, swift holy attack.
And he gives the holy
Three.
brain.
Holy brand. Everything dealt damage by that one. Without holy weakness gains holy weakness.
The Nizu.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
Nizu, yeah.
Yeah, I would have never gotten it. What's this one? Sadistic
Illusion. I gotta give credit to this card a lot. I've faced against it, and I've had people use it against me, and it is actually very, very effective. Because of that awareness, yeah, so... Whoa. Mouth open to what?
What?
Yeah.
I just made you kill your own tiger. Haha, that must hurt. Kendra.
Oh yeah, the quote on the bottom,
Oh,
the
no.
flavor text. Flavor text.
Not kidding.
Yeah.
You can only play Sadistic Illusion if you are
You're
being
being targeted.
Oh, the tiger's an illusion. Oops. Oh, yeah, there it is. She's... Okay, yep. Swift. Decoy. 15 aura. You switch spots with target summon in Sadistic Illusions, awareness, and everything targeting you targets
So
it
it's
instead.
instead. Yep.
Yes. So for 15 aura, and now you can only use it if you're being targeted, so it's not
Yeah.
like you can just like whoop at any time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it definitely gets you out of an attack.
It gets you out of an attack.
And you could just
right?
kind of like, you know, say like you're here and like your opponent's here, you can just kind of be like, whoop, you're taking it instead.
Yeah.
You can literally make, you can make something get hit by its like own summon.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Okay, sorry, what were you going to say?
No. I mean, decoy. Excuse me a second. Decoy in any sense is really, really good. However, we're not going to see a lot of decoy used outside of Chrono Walker now, I think, for the most sense because of, again, a card called Snare, right? That's
Or the
keep
like
bringing up.
Decoy Bunny.
Decoy Rabbit, right? Which came out back in Alpha Beta, and we've seen it in Welcome to Jay.
I think I see more Chrono than I do.
Chrono, yeah, well, because
Bunny, though.
Chrono's the best scenario for a decoy because of the benefits. You not only get a 6 health summon, you also switch, and it's going to take the hit instead of your champion. This is kind of like a spell with the decoy, but again, it's like in today's Genesis game, we're not going to see this played a lot, but it is still a really, really amazing card for its cost because of the awareness. So even if they're going to stand back and try and hit you from a distance, you're going to be able to reach a target, hopefully being one of their summons that's traveling along beside them, switch with it, and then their summon's going to take the hit. Right? So, or even them themselves, depending on what the damage is. In most cases, it wouldn't be if you're actually targeting their champion for the switch because their awareness is just going to fizzle off. But it is a really good card, and I've had it used against me in a lot of cases. Super good.
Well, then again, I have a sucky memory, but I don't think I've seen that card played a lot. Even, like, back, like...
Oh, back in the day, I did. I've seen it.
Then again, I can't really remember, but yeah. Anyway, shut down!
Okay, see ya.
What?
I thought you said shut down.
Very funny. Swift cast for 11 aura negate, target cast ability played by target and shutdown's awareness. And of course, it's a blue card.
Yes. It stopped, oh my god, I'm so young.
Yeah.
Cast ability, yeah. So it stopped a lot of tsunamis when tsunamis were coming out of the woodwork. People were realizing how effective they are. But it's the awareness that's a bit of an issue because it's only the one forward awareness. But this card has seen a lot of play in the days. Definitely really good, especially out of 3 cheese slot, right? So. You reading the flavor text?
She just got silenced. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Silence.
Silence.
Take a
your
look at.
face.
We got Call of the Bones. Like I'm not gonna go too deep into a lot
yeah.
of these. Call of the Bones was really good. Summoning three skeleton warriors was very effective. Oh, this one here definitely 100%.
Oten.
Oten, yeah. Any Chaos timeline was running Oten, right?
It's another one where you can only play it if you're being targeted.
If
but,
you're being targeted, right?
And you better hope that your champion has an energy reduction, because 6 energy to move to a spot is a little, Oh, hey, it's the altar. Oh, it costs the same.
Yeah, costs the same. However, chi, you look at the difference in the chi values. So
3
the
and
side step, 5, right? So if you had a champion that's being played in Chaos, you're not gonna be playing sidestep too much. However, sidestep you don't have to be targeted. So it was an amazing movement
move.
card.
Yeah.
You could just move, right? So both of these cards are being played a lot, right? And even in some cases nowadays too, they're still being used because of the movement ability on it. So Oten stopped a lot of attacks, so you're being targeted, you can get out of the attack. Sidestep, just great for movement altogether, doesn't matter. But yeah, 2 absolutely amazing cards, once again, coming out of RAZE. The people just totally forget about it. The issue with that Epiphany caused selective amnesia. Again, a recommended card to play if you know, or even have it in your sideboard. If you know your opponent's playing Epiphany. Now, even though Epiphany's gotten restricted,
So do you just kind of
still not a bad decision to have this on hand to be able to play it.
Is that Kendra?
Looks like it. Could be Nubia.
Nope, that's Nubia.
That's Nubia?
I don't know.
Probably Kendra.
That
Younger version of Kendra?
It must be.
Or,
And then that's Idris and that's Erica.
yeah.
Huh.
Could be.
She's got the blue hood, so... All champions with more than 5 cards in their thoughts must discard down to 5.
Yep.
For 10 aura. And it's a Swift. That was pretty good. It, you know, stops your opponent from having so many options.
Yeah, so all champions with more than 5 cards in their thoughts must discard down to 5, right? For the cost of 10 at a 5 cheese slot. Not a bad card. Definitely a great counter to any Epiphany deck, right?
I just want to see this one for a second. I just want to see
Sure. And again, like RAZE gave us all the pillars from
Taking it back.
initially. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
except for the electric pillar, obviously not coming until Origins, just to keep every single affiliation having them. The pillars are really great. Splashing them into a timeline, it's, you know, worth it. They all did get, because they were printed as a rare initially in RAZE, and then they got ticked
Bumped
down.
down to
Yeah, they got bumped down
uncommon?
to uncommon in the J2 sets, right? So the reprint sets.
Yeah, that...
We used to build a lot of timelines back in the day, right? Based around the pillars, right? Just the weakness, having that elemental weakness.
Until they started causing problems.
Well,
the wording on
the
them
wording
and
on it caused a lot of havoc. Yes. Just maybe touch base on a couple of more. We were looking at. Oh yeah,
that. Oh, yeah.
the Mongol.
Yeah, Mongol.
Yeah, Mongol
Yeah, he
was,
was good.
He was really good.
Love the artwork.
Yeah.
So he costs 18 to back in. He has a swift water attack of 4.
4 damage.
And then the trigger execute at the beginning of Mongol's turn. It may move to a spot adjacent to a target in its awareness.
Yeah. So it gives them a little bit of extra speed in the game to move further up, get around things like slithering because it's kind of like a snake and whatnot. It makes sense. And to get into a position for damage, right? So you don't see a lot of summons on the 6 cheese slot doing that much damage, which was really good. It costs a little bit on the high side, but you can make it work if you're playing it. Especially, I was running this thing heavily in Kendra decks. I tried it even out with Aegis as well, right? So.
Was it 4 health, 6 chi?
4 health, yeah, and first 6 cheese slot. It was really nice. It's a good card. Underworld Knowledge was a reprint, which is still played in some
One I couldn't
timelines.
pronounce.
Yeah. A few that would have been better if they were not. Just one specifically, because this was I had this in my sideboard at the 21 championship. Downpour, a really amazing card, cost way too high, right? So I mean, one thing that they didn't really explore on is really good cards don't necessarily need to cost as much, and I think that since the formula has been changing as far as the card designing, things are starting to balance out a little bit better. However, this card, if it was even like 10 or less to cost it, this thing would be phenomenal, right? So
That's kind of funny.
what?
It does, like, do we have water branding?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's funny that you have a water damage, but an electric brand
An electric brand.
on one card.
Right?
Yeah, that's
So I
kinda
mean,
weird.
even with
That is
a lot of
really high,
electric
though.
damage coming out now with Origins and the Phage, right? So if you're running Axon Phage, say Alta, this thing could do a lot more damage. However, people are probably not going to play it as much because of the cost, right?
I
So
was gonna say maybe put it down like
Bring-
5
yeah.
or 6, so like have it at 27,
Yeah.
28 instead of 33. Because there's a lot of, high price cards that are, at like the 27, 28 mark and people still play them.
Yes.
A lot, right? Like
Yep.
not the libraries, the other one. The one that I don't like that's in your deck. Which one's that one? Haha, very funny.
Purifying Wave?
Nope, not that one. It's a building.
It's a building.
It is a building. Is it in here?
It's a building.
Yeah. No, landslide.
Landslide. It's not a building.
There was a building in the picture.
No, it's not.
It's
Let's
it's a
slide the
landslide.
pack.
It looks like a building.
No, it's a bunch of rocks
It's
falling.
rocks falling off a cliff. It's a landslide.
It's a landslide.
Oh. It looks like a building.
Are you thinking of fortification?
Which one's that one?
Big cliff.
From Alpha, it's literally just a building.
Big cliff.
I think maybe it's because I saw the library gates.
Oh, that makes sense.
But no, it's like
Maybe.
the landslide. It's like 28.
Maybe
but
there
people
is a
still use
picture
it.
in one of the artworks of Landslide.
Is landslide even in here?
Not this set. But it does have multiple artworks for it. So you could be right. I'm just thinking of the initial one. Here's another card. I love this card. Divine Renewal. Now, mind you, it's tribal, so Axon Bellum only.
A swift defense of 4.
Yeah.
10 aura. Prevent the next 4 damage dealt to you by a target. In Divine Renewal's awareness this round. The trigger cast.
It's addictive, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
just like yawning.
yeah. The trigger cast. If you have prevented damage with Divine Renewal, then you may pay 5. If you do, you gain 3 health.
You gain 3 health, yeah, for the exchange.
The cost is good for what it does. Like
for
it's
what
really
it does.
good.
So the damage prevention alone for 10 aura is absolutely great. You want to spend that extra 5 if you have it, especially for Nubia with having a lot of aura, to gain 3 life back, right? So, and goes really good with a combination of this card. I think we might have touched
vision.
base on this one before too. So
You may rotate
you may rotate. You just rotate, right?
for 3 energy.
For 3 energy. So the affiliations match for Bellum, spending that 3 extra energy to rotate and then utilizing the Divine Renewal if something is flanking you, which is a huge part of the strategies of this game, of never attacking straight forward, going like head to head. You always want to try and come in and flank or attack from the back if potential, like if you can, because of awarenesses, right? So when a lot of people are coming in, they're flanking, and then you're playing the peripheral vision, you're throwing this down, you're preventing the 4, pay that extra 5, you're gaining 3 health on top of it, right? So absolutely great combination card that I love using. So
It's a swift too, right?
yep, they're both at swift speed. Both at swift speed. So
Where are you going?
oh, I went past. I went to the
Yeah.
FX. Sorry.
Right there.
Don't yell at me.
I know.
Lightless Tavisian. Another. I know that thing is awesome. This thing is so awesome. I love this card.
Action Beckon for 29. Now, see, even like a 29 cost
29.
is decent.
It's still a little high, right?
But for what it does, I mean, the swift ranged earth attack of 6.
Yeah.
And then the continuous, the attack resistance, which is all damage dealt to lightless by attack abilities, is reduced by 1. So that's pretty good. And then the 6 health. Why is everything 6 on this? It's a demon now.
Yeah. I think that with this one, why it did not get a lot of recognition at first is people started realizing right off the bat because it's a tribal card in the two affiliations, right? So only Thymos Chaos can use it. So you got to look at the champions that have access to this, right?
Malik,
so yeah, Malik at the time was Malik, Idris, and Odara.
Yes.
So all the best ones.
No,
Well,
no, because
2 of the best ones.
Odara only had 110.
No.
She only had 110 aura. How many of these can she actually play? Not a lot. You look at Malik, who's only got 80 aura, right? Yeah, exactly. So they're not. Idris was the only one that was able to
Really carry
really
it.
play
How
it
much did she
effectively.
have?
So it's 125,
Mm-hmm.
right? So with all those champions not having a lot of resources to pump out a lot of these, we weren't seeing a lot of them played, right? So at best, you're getting maybe 2 or 3 a game out. To be able to effectively use them, right, you'd have to swarm the board with them right away, right?
Were they rolling the wrong way?
Could go head to head with an angel, right? Which was a really awesome thing to see with the angel deck starting to come out of the woodwork back after Welcome to Jay going into Raze. A lot of angel decks being played.
And there's the thing, it's like they both not only have 6 health, but they attack for 6. They kill each other.
Yeah.
So you're at an even fight here.
No, they don't kill each other. This thing would survive
Why?
because of the attack resistance.
Oh, right.
It has the attack
I
resistance, so
missed
anything
that.
hitting it is the damage is reduced by 1 because of the attack resistance.
Unless something else just comes up and it's like, boop.
Yep. But it had a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Which it could effectively hit an angel, right, and have
And
it go through.
kill it, yeah.
And kill it. And whereas if the angel in response hitting back,
It
the
would
damage
live
is
with
reduced
1.
by 1, and the Tibucian would live, right?
With 1, it would live with 1 health, so it's very easily killable after that one.
Yeah.
But
Well, we need a champion.
lives.
We need a champion within those 2 affiliations that can play it.
another one.
Yeah, play like tons of them, right? In order for it to have it splashed into your timeline is still good, right? I mean, we did build timelines based around it, and played them effectively for the most part, right? But then after a while, and it's like you're looking, and it's if they have answers to it, just like annihilating them right off the bat. Most of your aura is gone, right? Because you played multiples of these, and then you're just kind of sitting there with no aura, and then you're done, right? So. But still a really, really great summon. Breath of Jalara.
What's it called?
I don't know. It folds.
Real people.
Breath of Jalara is another honorable mention. It's seen a lot of play. So everything in the awareness, and it has the triangle awareness. Gains 2 life for 12 aura, 6 cheese slot. Pace of the game, you don't really see too much of it anymore. Time to time, timelines from time to time still see it in there. Mirage Oasis is another good one that probably could have been a little bit better. Yeah, it's cost. I mean, for 11 aura, I don't think you're gonna want to spend that much when all you got to do is just avoid it, kind of thing. But yeah, but the set itself overall was absolutely great. So I mean, it's like hearing a lot of people stating it's like, oh, you know, RAZE is like garbage or whatever. It's crap.
It's really not. Like you
really
had
isn't.
some good ones in here.
Yeah.
Did they do all of them in
Epics.
Epics?
Yep.
Like every single one?
Yep.
You're supposed to go around.
So the change of the epics. Let's take a look at the epics for a
That's not a
second.
big set if that's the only
All the
epics.
rares. All the rares were made as epics.
Oh, all the rares.
Yeah. So, of course, I got to pick this one.
Necroland!
Yay, my card.
It didn't have
Good job, Spidey.
the text underneath.
Right. Well, no, the Welcome to Jay ones. This one didn't have the text, but if you look back, I don't have them with me. The actual Welcome to Jay epics were full. You didn't see any of the text at all on those, right? So there was a bit of a discrepancy behind it, which they fixed it in RAZE, which was really cool because it actually had the wording on the epics, but without the description of what
Good job, Jim.
it did, right? So
Well, I mean, some of them are pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
think
For
all
the
of
most
them.
part, I mean, if you're gonna bling out your deck and play with nothing but epics, right?
It's pretty understandable. Beck
Yeah.
in for 18.
For
it
those who have been
casts.
playing, for a new player, it may be a little bit different.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, everyone knows what a beckon does. Everyone knows what the cast is, and well, everyone knows what an attack is. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's
What's an attack?
get out. So it's pretty self-explanatory.
But to compensate for the fact that you don't see, like, you can actually see the artwork. It might be hard here on the stream, but you can actually see the artwork go through that text box at the very bottom. That one's
You have a little
here. Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
is the
there.
yeah, so you can see on this one where you can actually see the image go through the text box, full art experience, right?
It's a semi-full art.
Oh, I had it in the wrong spot. No, that was the right spot. This one over here. Okay, so the mechanics that were introduced. So there was the Desperation, the Pacify, and the Resurrect, right? So out of those three new mechanics that were introduced in RAZE,
Wasn't branding introduced, or was that before?
branding was beforehand.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Or no, branding came into, I believe.
Hey, when did branding come in?
I believe it was RAZE.
Okay,
He works for the company and he doesn't know.
right?
I wasn't playing at that time.
He was not
He
actually.
I've been
So
playing
Desperation.
It was a joke. It's because he works for the company and he doesn't know.
Yeah. Desperation was really interesting because basically what it did was if you got down to a certain life, then it gave you a benefit. So it's kind of like a, I'm at my wit's end, I'm kind of thing, I'm running low, whatever, and it's giving you that little bit, it's like having a monster, right, more or less. We'll put it that way, right?
Even though monsters don't do anything to me.
So it was kind of good. It gave you a standing chance at the end of the game, more or less, right? So you've taken a lot of damage. You're holding a lot of cards that had the Desperation on it. For example, see, this is why I want to get rid of this binder.
Is it because the cards fall out all the
The cards
time?
fall out all the time.
Well, you've probably had this for a while. It's
Yeah.
older.
Yeah, it is older. I know there was a Bellum one that had it. Yeah. Okay, so like Anguish Flame, for instance. So the Desperation, if you're down to 8, you get the Desperation. 8 or less life, you get the Desperation modifier, right? So outside of the
Everything dealt damage
the
by
primary.
Anguish Flames gains fire weakness and dark weakness for the rest of the round.
yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, so Desperation was a little bit interesting. It's kind of like we're getting the modified stack ones now with Origins, right? Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
there's-
We're not seeing as much of the Desperation anymore.
So does every card with Desperation put on a weakness like that?
No, the Desperation modifier is different between each card, right?
Oh, okay.
But the condition is you have to be at 8 health or less, right?
Oh,
In order to
okay.
get the rest of.
So that's the thing that's on every single
Yeah.
Desperation is you have to be at 8 or less, but all the conditions are different?
Could be different. No, the condition is you have to be at 8 or less.
Oh, well, I mean the other part.
The ability.
The ability, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yeah, that one.
There you go.
It's because I got the word stuck in my head, so.
The Resurrect, we had already talked about it with the Chasmodon. So basically, Resurrect was when something died. That was the only way that you could summon a summon, right? In the sense of resurrecting. I mean, Yamaraja, we tried it. How well does Yamaraja actually work? Yamaraja was introduced in this set as well. It had the Resurrect one. He was the biggest out of all of them for the Resurrect.
Action, 3 health, and oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
3 health and 11 aura to action, resurrect Beckenham. Death Touch. Oh, when he enters the arena, it kills target summon around it with remaining 3 health or less, and the trigger knowledge assimilation. Whenever a summon around Yamaraja is killed, send it to its owner's subconscious. Yamaraja gains all abilities and awareness of that summon. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the Resurrect ability. Basically, everything else that she read underneath that really didn't matter much. But the actual Resurrect one, so something, he can only be summoned where something else had died. Right?
So, What if he comes in and he doesn't kill something?
Then he doesn't get the assimilation.
So would you just like not work then? Would you just like go away?
No, he would. Yeah, he would be nothing.
Because he doesn't have an awareness to move.
He'd basically be useless.
Yeah. However, it's stacked. And then last but not least was the... What was the last one I'd said? Those are my miscuts.
Wait, what?
The pacify. Miscuts. Yeah. They all line up.
It's funny.
Yeah. All 10 of them. Was pacify.
I forget what that does.
Yeah.
Does it not say on
Doesn't
that
it,
card?
get rid of something's awareness?
It gets rid of awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the heck is a card that has pacify? Wait, what?
Oh god, I
What?
can't remember which one's happening.
I'm turning to Nakamura. What?
Was yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the pacify
I wasn't
mechanic.
either. I don't think I ever used it. Where the heck is it? There's nothing on this page of pacify. Where?
Yeah,
What?
there was some. I'm thinking
Where?
it was a lot of vellum.
I can't even find one. No, because after that's July. Okay, bring back.
Oh, I know one.
I think I do too, but it's like I
It's in Axon.
brain farting.
There it is.
Is that it?
Yep. Celestial Hegemon. So read the trigger of the cast.
If a summon,
If
or
a
if a champion
champion
or
or
summon loses health because of Celestial Hegemon, then they gain Pacify for the rest of the round. Pacify this champion or summon loses their awareness.
It loses their awareness.
So if
Yep.
it's only
So
for the
anything
rest of the
that's-
round.
Yeah, anything
so.
that was awareness specific, more or less, deteriorated. But guess what? That's just basically their attacks, right? So whether it's at a swift speed or whatever, their attack within their own awareness, they would lose that because they have no awareness. However, it did not prevent other casting abilities, right? So it didn't stop Tsunami, it didn't stop anything else like bull shots or whatnot, right? So because those specific spells themselves have their own awareness, it wasn't off of your champion's awareness, right? So, yeah. And that was Pacify.
What does that mean?
What?
They had their own awareness. It wasn't based off of their.
Like how
Like
Bullshot's
the-
got that 2 forward awareness?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had their own awareness.
The card itself has its own awareness. It's not.
No.
So just your champion loses their awareness, right? The one awareness. So she wouldn't be able to do her swift basic attack, right?
Yeah.
So because she loses that red dot, right?
But it's-
However, if they're playing a card that was just like Wind Slash, right? That has a 2 forward awareness. This card has its own awareness. You're not using your champion's awareness. You're using this card's awareness. So
So like.
Pacify doesn't stop this.
So like if you had like a that one, it would
Yep.
lose that.
It would lose it. Yeah.
Bless you. Bless you.
So it has to be like a summon.
A summon or a champion.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the summoner champion just would lose their awareness until the end of the
but it's only summons or champions. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So it's like it can't take that away because like it's the
Yeah.
round. Okay.
It's the swift.
Yes.
Because it doesn't target the spell, right? Or the techniques. The spells are techniques.
Yeah.
But anyway, take a look back. Go back and dig through your stuff. If you have a lot of RAZE, there's some really good suggestions and some cards that you can potentially use, right? Like, especially for newer players that are beginning and wanting to get into the game, right? Take a look at some of these older sets. And Library's Gate was another good one. I mean, like, don't give up faith on RAZE. RAZE is such a great set. A lot of good stuff came out of RAZE. And there, yes, I will agree there's some bad stuff in RAZE as well too. But I mean, just like any other TCG and whatnot, goods and bads all around, right? But I really like RAZE. I enjoyed playing it. Still play a lot of the cards from RAZE, and still experimenting with a lot of cards from RAZE, even after it's been such a long time since the set's come out. Yeah, because you never know. It's like finding out about the peripheral vision, right, with the divine renewal. Like, great combination, right? So, anyway, Patreons came in. So, yeah, we're going to quickly go through some Patreon really fast before we end the show for tonight. Or before we do some announcements. I grabbed the bigger one out of the window.
The big one.
Oh, look at this. Or that. Already did. Welcome to Jay. Welcome to Jay. There's some rays. Maybe we'll open a raise pack.
I got J Lara and Origins.
Wow.
I got second.
We'll just open the rays since we focused on the rays tonight. Well, you can open all yours. I don't care.
Ooh, did you know? Okay, I'm gonna attempt this. I already see some words that I can't read. Did you know, in Chinese culture, the cardinal directions are associated with 4 animals? The azure dragon of the east, the vermilion bird of the south, the white tiger of the west, and the black tortoise of the north. Thank you for supporting your LGS by getting your Patreon shipped here. Here's a gift from us.
Fun fact, they actually based
Is it Fung?
4 Pokemon after those 4 directions. Tornadus, Landorus, Thundurus, and Enamorus.
Oh, no, it's Erica.
I got the other one.
Oh, hey, there we go. Foiled Erica.
I knew it was Erica. I could see the edging. I really like
It's a little
this
fun
one.
fact that has
I just read that.
the white tiger.
It's
See,
kind of
it says
perfect.
tiger. It says white tiger on it. There you guys go.
On the website it says wolf.
Well, it's not.
I know.
Clearly not a wolf. Really?
Okay,
looks
but
kinda-
it still says
No, clearly not
not
a
a
wolf.
wolf.
Perfect champion to get in our Patreon tonight.
Ain't that right? Because we had a really
Because
big
it's from RAZE,
discussion
yeah.
about. And yeah, she's from RAZE.
She's from RAZE, yeah.
Listen,
Okay, are you ready?
Yep. So our other promo cards. You got Kasha, nice. And a tsunami, a beta tsunami. Look at that.
Beta tsunami.
A beta tsunami. Look at the careful consideration as our Patreon card of the month.
wow.
And I got Kasha. Ooh.
So gorgeous.
I'm gonna put mine right back because I've used mine.
And I got a Tashir. And some of the older Patreon ones I got. Holy Wall. Got River Nye. I got Tashir. The Orange Surge. Like just
Death Eater.
crazy amounts.
Angels Embrace. The
And
Death
some
Eater.
beta cards. I got the Holy Wall to go with my foiled Holy Wall that I got here.
That's right there.
Yeah, and Underworld
And
Dealings.
Underworld.
So many good cards.
Yeah. I tried to say Underworld Dealing and it didn't work.
Race? Did you get a race?
No, I got Origins and Jace too.
We're gonna open a race. We're gonna open some rays.
Who's on your pack? Is that Coon?
I got Coon.
I got Erica.
Or did you want Core? Okay.
Just the look that I gave him, I'm like, oh, who'd you get on your pack? I'm like, is it Coon? He's like, yeah, it's Coon. And then I'm like, oh, I got Erica. And then he's like, did you want Core? And I just kind of like,
How
Pack
you
Wars?
going?
You guys doing ready?
We're doing what you guys
Whip
are
smash.
doing. Don't worry
Oh.
about it.
Force Lightning.
martial training, or yeah.
Martial training, yeah. So basic. Just 3 damage. Yep. Diabolic Roar. We got the upheaval. There's another card we didn't talk about that was really good too. I got
Revenge
Erica.
of the Phoenix.
For rare, I got Olgi.
Call of the Bones.
You got Collar Bones, nice. Martial Sentry.
Furry.
Skeleton Warrior.
Shoulder up.
Dark Passage.
Library Gates.
Great card. Or Transmutation.
Sidestep.
You got Sidestep. Electric Thubin.
Fire and Might. I still got an Erica card.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Head Slit.
A Biden.
Kodama.
Tattoo tank.
It's good. It's one of Will really looks like that. Infernal Lashback. Worst card in the game. Merciless Beating.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tornado Winds.
Tempest Sphinx.
And I got a buy
Uh,
to end it off.
I got
Erica's
Physical
pet.
Demand.
Nice. Okay.
There you go.
Straight view. Alrighty, so that's you have it if you're interested in supporting Haunted Castle Gaming. and getting some really, really awesome promotional stuff. Join their Patreon on Patreon. And before we sign off for the evening, I just want to make a really quick announcement. Oh, you opened your... Are we doing... Oh, you're just going through.
Yeah. Oh, vacuum vortex.
What do you do when 3 people are having...
That was the vortex,
Waterborne, bacteriophage, and basin.
And Bazin.
Oh, I got turkey chicken.
You got the turkey chicken. JC's turkey chicken.
I'm pretty happy about that. Sorry.
So
what were you-
today I was working on the online store, and I've been trying to get our Genesis cards up onto the online store. I was successful at doing it. It's going to take me a while, 1 card at a time, more or less, but it's a start. So if you're interested in taking a look at our online store, Kenny's going to throw up the link here in a second.
That's right there.
Boom, there it is. Yes.
A little late.
So there's a link. I'm going to be
I
bringing
saw it.
on our Genesis stock onto the online store. So if you're interested in anything, you can definitely check us out. Yeah, right? Wow, that's pretty crazy.
I'm just headbanging.
I've become so numb.
Listening to that really when we were fixing this.
I could hear him singing from
Crazy.
the second floor.
Yeah, so...
Sorry.
I know, it's...
It's their fault.
Thank you, Kenny, for doing all of our tech work behind the computer here,
Yes,
behind the
thank you.
screen. Thank you very much. And Jordan for sitting with him and
Distracting us.
but joining into the conversation as well.
Yes.
Thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight and watching the show. Be sure to turn in
She's not
to
here
turn.
today.
Yeah, she's.
That's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Steve the Gamer, with me as always.
Back tack.
Yeah, before we make any more careless mistakes,
We need to go home and sleep. That's
yeah,
what's
we need
up.
some sleep and
Oh,
get
yeah.
through this. Well, the last 2 days have been really crazy. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday was insane. Today it's like the
Dude.
full moon's out.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yesterday
God, we're not
was
really
ridiculous. No, yesterday.
Yesterday was the full moon. But anyway,
Oh yeah, but I got.
we're gonna go
stories
turn
from
into some
yesterday, too.
werewolves. Thanks once again for watching. We really appreciate it. Thanks to Sid and Haunted Castle Games for giving us Genesis Battle of Champions. We will see you next Thursday. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate all your support and supporting Genesis. Genesis! Yay!
Genesis!
Have a good night. Bye!
Bye.